welcome everybody to the first stream in my new area. As you can see, this is my new area that I'm at. It looks completely different than the old area. All right. And now, we're still waiting on Movie&GameLover98 to join, and because I want to show him some new things that I've bought. All right, here we go. Why, thanks. Why, thanks, Jeremy Barton. Hi.
Hey, Luca, how's it going?
Good. This is actually the new area that I'm at.
Oh, you're in a new area. That's cool. How do
Yeah.
you like it? Good?
It's much bigger than my older area, that's for sure.
Oh, cool. I wish I had a
That means I
bigger
have
area.
more
Like,
space. That means I have more space to get more DVDs there.
oh, cool. I wish I had a place like that too. But yeah.
Yeah. On top of that, not only did we get a new area, but I also ordered myself a few new DVDs.
Oh, you did? I got some new DVDs too. Well,
Well,
Mosh
I know
upgrade.
you. I know you said that you had your Whenever I'm Afraid DVD. Now you are going to be surprised because there is a mistake that happens at the very end of the DVD.
Well, you'll see in a minute, but I want to show you something cool that I got first as an upgrade. It just came in the mail to my place from eBay just today. New copy of
Versus,
Saves the Day on DVD.
yeah, and apparently this is
And
also the first Anchor Bay release to contain the Island of Sodor introduction from season 8. Even though
yes,
the engine roll call was used in the opening theme on Hooray for Thomas.
but that one just goes.
Now.
But it was just going straight to the first episode after the intro's over. But this one in Really Brave Engines, which I also have, which I don't think I'll show you right now, but I'll just. I mean, this is the one that we're just showing off in your new area, but I guess we can show off anything if that's fine with you.
Sure.
So yes, I got a new copy for Saves the Day because I had to throw away my old artwork because it was faded on this spine because I didn't like it. So I just got this new copy separately off of eBay, and it comes with
my copy of Arthur's New Puppy is faded on the front cover.
Oh, it does? Like, what spot is it faded on?
It doesn't bother me.
Well, I like to have stuff in, like, it shows clearly I can see better on, because with faded stuff, it's just this color, and I don't like that. I like it when it's in better, crisp color, and I can see everything better. Like, that's a tip saying don't put your stuff too close to the sun, otherwise it will fade. It will glare on the thing, and it will cause it to...
Yeah. And I think DVDs can get scratched if you leave discs out in the sun as well.
Basically, it's called a bad thing called disc rot, where it's basically if you hold it up to the sunlight, basically the play side of the disc, not the actual label itself. But yeah, like I said, this one comes with the Start Your Kids on the Right Track sheet, because I looked at the pictures on this on eBay, and I said, oh, it comes with it. Yeah, it's a little nicked on the back, but that's okay. At least the discs will work, which is good. That's all that matters.
And also, if you want to know this is actually the first DVD from Anchor Bay to have the engine roll call play during the DVD menus.
Yeah, instead of using the Classic Series theme, but on Hooray for Thomas, it does play the Classic Series theme, despite the engine roll call theme and credits play in the program, but the name boards are in between the episodes on Hooray for Thomas.
And some of the DVD releases of some of the earlier VHS releases, like Percy's Ghostly Trick, Thomas and the Special Letter, Trust Thomas, etc., they have the engine roll call in the DVD menu, but they still keep the Classic Series theme from the respective VHS releases because they came out in the 90s.
Yeah, and also something cool, yes, you told me, like, what if there was a Thomas release, but it has the new Hit Entertainment logo on the packaging, but still has the old Hit logo in the program? Well, actually, the Thomas DVD from 2007, Milkshake Bottle, despite the first one to have the new Hit logo, well, the first new series Hit Era DVD to have the new Hit logo, it still features the old Hit Entertainment logo after the credits is over on the Milkshake Bottle DVD.
Just like on the Adventures in Dragonland DVD, even though it has the Sesame Workshop logo on the packaging, it has the Children's Television Workshop logo after the credits are over for some reason.
Yeah, I know it would be hard for you to list off every single Thomas mainstream release. I'm talking about the ones that are completely model, from Thomas Gets Tricked to The Great Discovery, and the other three that came out during the CGI series, which are Holiday Express, The Greatest Stories, and Engine Friends.
I would say season 12 is mix of model and CGI because...
Well, yes, you could still see the model.
The faces of the engines are CGI, but the coaches are still model.
Like, Annie and Clarabelle never got CGI in season 12 for some reason, but starting with Hero of the Rails, they did have full CGI.
And all the characters were voiced by the narrator in season 12, despite the CGI faces.
Well, it's kind of like how Robin Smith in the Thomas PC games, he's like the narrator plus voicing all the characters as well. But some people say Robin Smith is some Thomas fans' least favorite actor. They don't like Robin Smith for some reason. I like Robin Smith.
I personally enjoy him. He actually was a narrator in the U.S. versions of the Leap Head book, Thomas the Really Useful Engine, and the My First Leap Head book, Thomas and the School Trip, both of which I have.
Okay, yeah, but I know if you don't have this Thomas release, that's totally okay. It's always available to get sometimes on eBay.
Yeah, I have a few DVDs from the Engine Roll Call era, but a grand majority of them I have the classic series theme, because I mostly grew up with that version.
Okay, but yeah, let me show you the two Dragon Tales DVDs now that I've shown you more. I just wanted to show you this quick upgrade of Percy Saves the Day that I've been with a much better, crisper spine. It's not faded. So let me show you the first one.
Show your stuff, I'll show you mine.
Okay, we can take turns showing each other stuff.
This one, we can solve it together. This is actually the last release to use the older packaging design in Dragon Tales before they change it to the newer one, beginning with Whenever I'm Afraid.
Yeah.
It's also the last release to use the Columbia TriStar television logo at the end of the program.
Yeah. But yeah, this is different to the VHS because it's a different color, kind of like the Let's Stick to It VHS and Easy's 1, 2, 3 VHS and DVD. They changed the color. Unlike We Can Work It Out is the only one to have the same color on both the VHS and the DVD.
And also, I can imagine what it would be like if they made a complete the complete second and third seasons DVD set released together in November 2005 with around 8 discs for the DVD set, because it's called the complete second and third seasons. They wouldn't be released separately, they would be released together.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And yes, this one, yes, I'll tell you, yes, there's a profile picture of Cassie, but it's different to the one on the Yes We Can DVD. It's not like the same one. It's different.
Yeah, it is completely different.
And yes, I'll just show you the release because I haven't reviewed this DVD yet. Yes, it has 5 episodes. Yes. Plus, it doesn't have the 2 episodes that are not on the VHS. It has 2 episodes that are not on VHS. Which, yes, they're The Serpent's Trail and Just Desserts.
And of course, I really like how beginning in 2003, they use all colors on the disc. Whereas the ones from 2000 to 2003 had more like shiny artwork in them.
Yeah. I actually like this one where they just have detailed colors. Like actual full color on the disc. I think starting with Let's Start a Band did that.
Yeah. Easy as 1, 2, 3 was the last one to use the shiny artwork on the disc.
Yeah, that's what with most of those ones. But yeah, starting with Let's Start a Band to Our Amazing Pets, they did the full color artwork. But yeah, I'll tell you, well, I'll just save this for later. But yeah, we can solve it together. I definitely recommend this release. Luckily, I'm me.
Are there any episodes where any of the dragons cry in this DVD?
No. No, not at all. None of them, because I'm talking about, yes, the ones with just the main dragons crying, nobody does. Well, I know in Very Berry, where Or does worry, but I have to get out. It's stuck in here, and I'm scared. Yeah, Very Berry, yes. No, yeah, like I said, all these episodes with the main dragons, no one cries. Yeah.
I can imagine what it would be like if they actually made a release where they had like where they had like where there was one episode like for especially for the complete season 1 box set, there would be some episodes on the release where different dragon cries, like For example, in The Forest of Darkness, it's Ord. Well, in Goodbye Little Caterpoozle, Ord cries a little bit, but it's more like a sniffle. But Cassie cries a little bit more than Ord does in that one because it belonged to her.
Yeah. Yes, but like I know Ord's sniffle cry just a tiny bit saying sure is sad. But yeah, we can solve it together. Like I said, I was glad I found this on eBay and it was in brand new condition. I mean, the seller said returns not accepted, but that's okay. It's in brand new shape. It will play. Brand new.
This is also the first DVD of Dragon Tales to have previews at the beginning.
It is? Because I thought like up to we can work it out. Don't have any previews.
Yes, We Can Solve It Together is the first one to have previews at the beginning. One of them is for the Columbia TriStar Family Fun, which has JG the Jet Plane included, and Bear in the Big Blue House, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, and Harold and the Purple Crayon, in addition to Dragon Tales.
You know, from those 5 shows from what were they? Oh yeah, Harold and the Purple Crayon, Dragon Tales, Bear in the Big Blue House, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, and JJ the Jet Plane. Which ones do you say are yeses and nos for you? So the ones that
yeses
just 2
for
are
yeses for me are JG the Jet Plane and Dragon Tales. The other 3 shows are a no.
So no to Bear in the Big Blue House and Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Despite it's like Maggie and the Ferocious Beast is on Nick Jr. sometimes. Despite I don't know why Sony owns it for some reason.
It should have made more sense if Paramount made Maggie and the Ferocious Beast on DVD, since Paramount usually owned the Nickelodeon rights.
Well, I don't know why Sony took it for some reason. But yeah.
Well, you know what should have been a better option is if they included another show that Sony released that was on around PBS or something. Like, maybe they should have used JG the Jet Plane, Bear in the Big Blue House, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Harold and the Purple Crayon, and the Stuart Little animated series.
Stuart Little animated series would be interesting. But yeah, like I said, and all those ones, and I say to my yeses and nos in the Family Fun trailer, almost all of them yeses, but I don't know about Harold and the Purple Crayon because I never watched it as a kid, so I say a maybe to Harold and the Purple Crayon, but the others, I say yes. Oh, Kevin's joined. Hey, Kevin.
Hi there. I'm here for 30 years of songs on Sesame Street, which is permanently on the 1998 album.
1998 CD. It's not necessarily a film, but it's an album.
Yeah. We're just chatting because Flick is now in a new area of his, Kevin. I'm showing him one of the 2 new Dragon Tales DVDs I got from eBay a while ago.
Well, I would imagine that if after the song Rubber Ducky was over, I would imagine Big Bird would say, "Our next contestant is Cookie Monster."
Could you write the script for me?
Cookie Monster would say, "Ooh, me can't wait to sing song about me most prized possession, cookies." And that starts with C.
Yeah. Here's the other DVD I got from eBay. I think it was 2 days ago, I think.
I had this DVD a year before you did, actually.
Yeah, back in
2021.
Wow. And I was like, I wanted to get this but I had to finish. I had to worry about upgrading other stuff now.
Now, this is a very interesting release because this is one of the rarest times where a Dragon Tales episode is broadcasted on VHS and DVD before airing on television instead of after.
Yes, kind of like I said, yes, the 4 episodes of Season 8 of Thomas on a DVD, Steamies vs. Diesels, were aired on a DVD called... Yeah, they were on a DVD called Steamies vs. Diesels before they aired on...
Not to mention that DVD was released a week prior to this one.
Yes, and it's like... Also, yes... And also, yes, can I tell you, I actually made a mistake, Flicka, when I was telling you, yes, whenever I'm afraid. Yes, you don't mention the date, May 25th, 2004 was when this released. I actually made a mistake. I meant to say Blue's Clues Blue Talks. The first time we get to see Blue's room. But it has my least favorite episode of Blue's Clues.
I know. I know it's Blue from Muppets.
Well, I know that, Kevin, but I'm saying I know the episode from Blue's Clues I hate the most, and it's from season 6.
Is it Meet Blue's baby brother?
No, it's Love Day.
How come you don't like it that much? Or how come you
The scene of Paprika, the scene of Paprika crying? God, I almost shed a tear in my eye when I saw her crying when her dad made her upset. To say that, like saying he doesn't love her anymore, and that makes her upset. That's why I didn't even watch it again.
Well,
but the good news is I can just watch the scene.
That reminds me of a scene in Elmo Palooza where Elmo thinks he's ruined everything, and then Big Bird cheers him up, saying, "Wait, Elmo, don't be upset. It wasn't your fault." And then Elmo sadly says, "Yes, it was, Big Bird. Elmo wrecked everything."
Pretty horror.
Yeah, but
Kevin.
and also yes, I'll show you the DVD. Well, I'm gonna just show you because I didn't do any DVD review on this, and we can solve it together yet. Yep, there's Max on the spine.
It's the same picture of Max from the Let's Share Let's Play DVD.
But I think the circles is the same color, or is it different?
I think the circle might be around the same color. It's the same picture of Max, but it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah. And also, get a look at this. The episodes are out of order, Flicka, but in the actual program, it goes to Have No Fear first.
The next song for the fan-made album is Being
Have
Green.
No Fear would actually be the first episode. Then I Believe in Me comes next. And then Cowboy Max is the third one. Try It, You'll Like It is the fourth. And then Make No Mistake is the last episode. I don't know why they made a mistake on the back cover. They should have put the episodes in order where they were at from the release. Or they could have just used the same order of the episodes as the back cover was listed.
I know.
Just
if you look here, Have No Fear is listed first, then Cowboy Max is third, but the other three are still still mixed up.
Oh my!
I don't know why. But I'm pretty sure when I watched this DVD, when I watched it,
what else is strange? Not only are the episodes out of order, but at the very end of the program, after the Sesame Workshop logo appears, you see the Sony Pictures television logo, but you hear the music from the Columbia TriStar television logo in this logo on the DVD.
That is so strange. I didn't watch the whole DVD yet. I'm going to give these DVDs a watch soon.
May I ask you a favor?
What is it, Kevin?
For Flicka Level 2000, is there a script for Being Green, which is from the 30 years of Sesame Street, 30 years of songs on Sesame Street, which is an album?
Well, I would imagine that Big Bird would say, "Thanks, Cookie Monster. And now, please welcome Mr. Kermit the Frog." And then Kermit would say, "Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, and I'd like to sing a song to you about being green. Green is one of my favorite colors in the whole world."
One of my best friends in real life does like green, Flicka. And I don't know why on this artwork they chose this style for the VHS, even though Make No Mistake is not on the VHS of Whenever I'm Afraid.
Or, I think what they should have done is on the VHS, they should have a picture of Zach and Wheezy at the amusement park, since Try It, You'll Like It is on that VHS.
Well, yes, Try It Like It is both on VHS and DVD.
I know, right, yo.
And
to Flicka Level 2000, would
if you want, then go ahead.
Monster in the Mirror, which is from the 30 years of songs on Sesame Street album.
All right.
But now both of us have Whenever I'm Afraid DVD, which is good.
Hold on. So I would imagine after Being Green ends, that Big Bird would say, "Please welcome Grover," and he's like, "Hello, everybody! It is I, your adorable Grover. I have a song about
Yeah.
a monster."
Oh, yeah. I already showed you the DVDs, Flicka, while you're doing the impression.
Yes, it is. Basically, it is a Q&A. So, yeah, this is the first stream in the new area.
I know.
Yeah, well, I know that's just one of your friends asking a question, but we're just basically talking about stuff. Well, you can show your stuff now. That's I showed my stuff, Flicka.
All right. So, originally, before I went into this new area, I only had 3 Sesame Street DVDs that were released in 2001. And they were I'll try to answer as much questions as I can for you. So, before I moved into this new area, I only had 3 Sesame Street DVDs released in 2001. The Alphabet Jungle Game, and then, of course, basically the first Elmo's World volume, which is basically just called Elmo's World, but I know that the episodes are dancing, music, and books. The episodes are out of order on the back cover and in the program itself. After the dancing episode, the books episode comes next, and then the music episode is the last one.
Oh, that's a shame. Because you know something funny, Flicka? When I borrowed the VHS of Thomas Races, Rescues, and Runaways from the library, I thought By George was going to play after Put Upon Percy, and then it goes to Horde Lorry, but then for some reason it goes Horde Lorry then By George after Put Upon Percy.
And then, of course, this last one from 2001 that I had in the old area, but this was actually the first one I ordered, but the latest release was, of course,
no one. I can't hear my request for Monster in the Mirror is for you imagining like a love of 2000, sir.
I would imagine Grover saying, "Why, thank you, Big Bird. Hello, everybody. It is I, your adorable Grover, and I have a song about me seeing a monster in the mirror."
That came out in 1989.
Well,
yeah.
I ordered them off of eBay.
That's what I did with the Dragon Tales DVDs and the Thomas Upgrade Percy Saves the Day.
And I know they made 2 different versions of the Sony Wonder Edition of Kids' Favorite Songs too. One of them accidentally used the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo at the beginning.
Oh dear. That seems to happen.
Despite the fact that the DVD was released in 2001, one of the copies accidentally used the Children's Television Workshop logo, even though Kids' Favorite Songs 2 is a 2001 direct-to-video special, a year after CTW became Sesame Workshop at the time. And then there's also a corrected version which has the Sesame Workshop logo before the DVD menu, which this is the corrected version that I have.
Yeah, I might consider getting that release, maybe. Hopefully it has the one where it has that error fixed.
But
yeah.
I have one more DVD from 2001 that I got, and this one I got straight from the new area, and that is this. That is this Sesame Street DVD. The
Great cool.
Game.
That came out on July 7th, the year.
Yeah, but this DVD was released on October 30th of 2001.
Oh, I know it's from. And if for Flick of Love of 2000, would you do the? Imagine if there's a script for doing the pigeon.
Hold on. First, I'll have to answer. Well, we thought of a few. We thought of a few Mario Show episodes that take place in Elmo's World, MRKP 2003. The first one is, of course, Mario Comes to Elmo's World. Then the next one is Shopping for Cookies. then Bowser's World, and then of course there is and then there's of course for season 20 there is the episode called the case called Bowser Takes Apart the Doorknob. And then, of course, for season 21, there is Sleepover at Elmo's World and Stuck in Elmo's World.
Horrors.
Elmo's World.
Horrors, cried.
Well, let's imagine that that Elmo invites Mario to come to Elmo's World to come have some fun there in the first episode of the Mario show that takes place in Elmo's World. All right, so here is now this DVD of the Great Numbers. All right, here we go, Emma. Here we go, Kevin. So I would have Bert say. All right, I would have Bert say.
Here I go.
Hello there. Now it's time for me to sing a song about one of my favorite birds in the whole world, pigeons, and I like to dance with them. Well,
yeah, I'm listening.
Sure.
I was thinking of my own thoughts. I want to show you something else later.
Only one of them has a topic. Well, for Bowser's World, it's about rocks.
Bowser is a villain? Is that...
What? Anyway, well, Elmo
What is it?
gives Mario a tour
of
Elmo's World, and Mario comes to Elmo's World, MRKP 2003.
Ow.
But as for the other episodes, they don't necessarily have a topic, but some of those do have a bonus Elmo's World episode at the end. Like for example, Mario comes to Elmo's World. Well, I was trying to say that the Mario show episodes that take place at Elmo's World, most of them do not have topics, but they do. But most of them would have a bonus Elmo's World episode at the end after that. But for Bowser's World, the topic is about rocks. And for the bonus episodes, Mario Comes to Elmo's World would have the Balls episode of Elmo's World after the program. Bowser's World would have the Books episode of Elmo's World after the program, even though the topic is about rocks, which Bowser introduces, which Bowser talks about rocks in Bowser's World. But then after the program, Elmo says that he has a real subject to talk about, and he kicks Bowser out of Elmo's World for vandalizing Elmo's World property.
Horrors.
Yeah.
Horrors, cried Kevin.
All right.
I know what I'll say. Would you do the scripts for 1, Get Along, and 2, Do Day Rubber Duck from the 30 Years of Songs on Sesame Street album? Can you imagine? Would you do Get Along, which is from 30 Years of Songs on Sesame Street, which is an album?
All right. Kermit the Frog here in the microphone again. Now it's time for me to sing a song about how I taught everybody to get along. And
While you guys are doing, I'm going to show you something else, something cool, Flicka.
Basically, MRKP 2003, Elmo gives
I'll be right back.
a tour of Elmo's World to see all the different areas of Elmo's World, like the door and the shade.
Well, you certainly will with that attitude. Imagine if there's a script for Do Day Rubber Duck from 30 Years of Songs on Sesame Street.
He's like, "Hello, this is Ernie here, and I have another song about my rubber ducky, and this is about a dance with my rubber ducky called Duty Rubber Duck."
That song is from Count It Higher. And and our next song, and for our next script, is the Hunger Ducky Dinger Jamboree introduction from the 30 years of songs on Sesame Street. Can you imagine?
All right.
Look at this, Flicka. I have 3 copies of Calling All Engines on DVD.
What's different about these?
Well, I can't even tell them apart, but I know this is the Wooden Train bonus pack that I remember having as a kid, but I lost the box, and I remember losing my first copy, and then I got essentially this copy from my best friend, whose brothers don't watch Thomas anymore, but I do like Thomas.
My copy of Calling All Engines does not have the 60th anniversary poster on the front because it's a Lionsgate reprint.
Okay, don't buy the Universal one, it's terrible.
I don't have the Universal one, so what made you think the Universal one was terrible?
They removed the bonus features completely. That's why I have 3 copies of this movie. It's like, I want to get these to put into, like, the, this one I want to put in Fun Pack with Soda Celebration, It's Great to Be an Engine, and this is the one I want to put in Whistle Express Collection. So, like, I'll say, oh, I have 3 copies of Calling All Engines with the old hit logo, but to say this, just the box is distributed by Lionsgate. They have the original release.
I've got it here. And now for our next script, would you do the script for the Hunger Ducky Dinger Jamboree from 30 years of songs on Sesame Street album, which is an intro?
And I'll also be right back in a sec, guys. I want to show you something else cool.
Alright, so basically, we'll be like, oh, I have another song about my rubber ducky, and this is about me enjoying my fun with my rubber duckies, the Hunkers and the Dingers. It's the Hunker Ducky Dinger Jamboree.
As well, as for the next song, would you do the introduction for Monster Meal, which is from the 30 years of songs on Sesame Street album?
It's also on the Learning About Letters Pro VHS.
Could you imagine if there's an introduction for
Hey,
Monster
this
Meal?
is Harry Monster here, and this is Cookie, and we're here to sing a song about many types of food that begin with the letter M.
Would you mind say that again?
All right, it would be like, hey, this is Harry Monster here, and me and Cookie Monster are going to sing about some of our favorite foods to begin with the letter M.
Yeah, I heard you guys. Well, I was coming up, guys. I want to show you guys. I got a new. Well, it's technically not my new copy of Carnival Capers, but I just got a copy that didn't have a slipcover, and I already have the slipcover for Carnival Capers.
Wow. Honestly, I never paid attention to that. I mostly paid attention to the song. And yes, it does have Jim Henson doing the voice of Ernie in it, since this was made before he passed. This song.
Radio.
This is a large pamphlet in my Carnival Capers DVD, guys.
Is yours the original 20th Century Fox print you're showing?
Yes, not the reprint by Lionsgate from 2008. That's early for them to reprint Thomas DVDs by Lionsgate. 2008 when they reprinted Carnival Capers by Lionsgate in 2008.
They actually also reprinted Milkshake Muddle in 2008 by Lionsgate as well, and Engines and Escapades.
Actually, 2010 is when Engines and Escapades got reprinted by Lionsgate. But yeah, this one I know has a lot of the stuff you're probably not interested in, except for Thomas.
Everything's ready for their next song. Would you do the script for the introduction to Me Lost Me Cookie at the Disco from 30 years of songs on Sesame Street?
Oh, all right. This Cookie Monster and me am going to sing a very sad song
Oh no, that's gonna be sad.
About the time me lost me cookie at the disco. Oh.
Yeah, I was looking at all this large pamphlet of Harlem papers. I know a lot of this stuff you're probably not interested in, Flicka, but I don't know if you like Garfield or not.
Would you? Could you start over since the movie and Game Lover 98 is interrupted?
Sorry. Sorry, did I interrupt? I'm sorry, guys.
All right. So anyway, hello, me Cookie Monster again. Me here to sing a very sad song about the time me lost me cookie at the disco. Oh.
Please don't cheer up. Cheer up. Here's another song for your introduction. If Moon Were Cookie, from 30 Years of Songs on Sesame Street. Can you do that?
All right. Me Cookie Monster again, and me going to sing another song about how me imagined if Moon were cookie.
And now for our next song, which is Put Down the Ducky. And can you do that introduction?
All right. Here's another song from me, Ernie, and I'm here to sing another song, and this is a pretty complicated song because I didn't want it. I wanted to play the saxophone, but I just can't bear to leave my rubber ducky behind.
That was one glitch. Would you start over?
Yeah, I'm listening to you guys do this playing. I'm trying to fix my Carnival Papers pamphlet.
All right. Anyway. All right, this is Ernie here again, and this is the next song. And this is a pretty complicated situation because I wanted to learn how to play the saxophone, but I just couldn't bear to leave my rubber ducky behind.
Cheer up, Flicka2000. Here's the next song. Don't throw that trash on the ground.
All right. Now I have another song, and this one is about how you should respect the trash. Don't throw it on the ground.
That's pretty interesting. For our next song is Best Friend Blues introduction.
All right. I don't know why I keep having some more songs than everybody else on Sesame Street, but here I go. This is a song about me and Snuffleupagus having the best friend blues.
And now for our next song is I Don't Want to Live on the Moon.
All right. I still have the most amount of songs than anybody else on Sesame Street, but I guess here's another one, and this is about how I wanted to live on the moon, but did not want to stay on the moon. Ernie, when is Elmo going to get a turn? Elmo's never had a turn at all. Don't worry, Elmo. You will have some of your own songs pretty soon.
For our next song is Breakfast Time.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Hear that?
Ernie here, and this is another song about where me and Cookie Monster are setting up a breakfast routine.
So glad you're good at Ernie's impressions. Yeah, well, anyways, you guys keep going up. I'm listening before we get to other stuff.
And for our next song is I Love Trash.
All right. Party's over, Ernie. Now it's my turn. All right, I'm Oscar the Grouch here, and I have a very yucky song for you about how I love trash.
For our next song is What's the Name of That Song?
Lordy-dordy-dum, lordy-dordy-dum. Oh, I can't figure out what's the name of the song.
And what version of that song is What's the Name of That Song?
It is the version from. It is a version that would later be used in the 2004 video. It is the version that is used on the. It is the version from the 1990s.
In season 23, that is.
Yeah.
And for our next song is The Batty Bat.
All right. Now it's time for me to sing one wonderful song about me doing a dance called the Batty Bat.
I'm good at the laughs count too. Well, yeah.
The counts laugh.
I'm good at his too.
Pretty famous. And for our next song is My Name is Zoe from 1994.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zoe. And I'm going to sing a song all about my name. I think that's how Zoe laughs.
I know her laugh when I play Get Set.
It's Ernie that so Jeremy Barton, it's Ernie that introduces what's the name of the song on the 30 Years album, Jeremy Barton. If you want to know, it's Ernie that introduces it.
Oh, I know it's Steve Whitmire.
Yeah.
And for our next song is Apkadevki, which is an alphabet song.
All right, now it's time for one of my favorite songs about how I discovered this amazing world. It turned out to be the alphabet.
And for our next...
Oh, yeah.
For
I was going to say, you guys can go on your thing, and when I can say how I do Zoe's laugh after this.
For our next
you'll
song...
find out. You'll find out once. You'll find out once Kevin Gorman says a song that Elmo sings in it.
Okay.
Long nearword is Fuzzy and Blue, which is a monster hit.
So, what is the next song, Kevin Gorman?
Fuzzy and Blue. Currently is a monster hit.
All right. Hello, everybody. It is I, Grover again, and me, Cookie, and Harry are each going to sing a song about being fuzzy and blue. And that is obviously Frank Oz doing Grover, because Eric Jacobson didn't voice Grover yet until 1999 or 2000, I believe.
Right. And as for Up and Down, currently a classic with Beautiful Day Monster.
And the version of Up and Down is the original 1969 version. And he's like, oh.
But what about the 98 album?
Right. So, all right, everybody. Now I'm going to sing another song with Cookie Monster about up and down.
Yeah.
And what's the version of that song is Up and Down?
The original one from the original version with Cookie Monster saying, "Oh, I'm so sad."
Don't bother. Here's another song, Gingerbread Man, which is from Platinum Trailer.
All right, here's another song that me going to sing about Gingerbread Man.
And now for our near the end is Elmo's song.
Oh yay! Elmo gets a turn to introduce the song. Finally, after Elmo's been waiting for so long. All right, everybody. Elmo's going to introduce a song for you now, and this is about Elmo's song.
That song came out in season 21. And for our next song is Happy Tappin' with Elmo.
Oh boy, there's another song for Elmo to sing, and this time Elmo's got a song about a dance called Happy Tappin'.
And for our next song is Imagination.
Yay! Elmo gets another song! This is about Elmo using his own imagination. By the way, this is the version from the Best of Elmo video.
And from the album is Dreamy Time Songs. And for next song is the sound that's in the air. Or it's the comment is the song that's in the air. Meant sound.
All right. Now there's another song that Elmo's going to sing about the sound that's in the air.
And for our next song is the Elmo's World theme song, which is an earliest appearance.
And now here is a sneak peek for the theme song for one of the Sesame Street segments that would be coming to PBS very soon. Elmo's World.
And for our final song is Sing with Lady Smith Black Mambazo.
That's also on the Sesame Street A Musical Celebration video, right?
Radio.
All right, everybody. Big Bird here, and now we have one more song to do. This is a great song for everybody to sing along to. This is called Sing. Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, roll the song.
Everything's all set. And would you do it on the Google Docs or something else?
Well, I might, so basically MRKP 2003, there are 4 songs that Elmo sings in this album, and they are Elmo's song, Happy Tappin' with Elmo, or actually there are 5. Elmo's song, Happy Tappin' with Elmo, Imagination, The Sound That's in the Air, and the Elmo's World theme. In case you wanted to know.
Could you do the script for 30 years of songs on Sesame Street on Google Docs? Well, by the way,
I might use UberDuck to make this script, because you can actually use the characters. You can actually find characters' voices on UberDuck and make them say anything they want.
I'll get it. I'll give you a link. I'll give it to you. I'll get it, Flickalova 2000.
All right, Movie and Game Lover 98. You're safe to come back in now.
Okay, I just had to turn the camera off because I just heard what you guys were talking about. Yeah. Well, yeah, as I was trying to say, yes, I got my Carnival Capers pamphlet all folded up while you guys were trying to talk about the thing. Yeah, 30 years of something Sesame Street.
And also, basically, about this DVD of the Great Numbers game, when I popped this DVD into the player, it had the 1997 Children's Television Workshop logo at the beginning, the one with the semicircle. Even though this DVD was released in 2001, but I guess it makes sense as the VHS was released in 1998. The Children's Television Workshop logo appears twice on the DVD. The first time it appears before the DVD menu. The second time it appears, it plays after the previews at the beginning.
Okay.
This is also the case with the Alphabet Jungle Game DVD release.
That's cool. But yeah, like I said, yes.
It's pretty
Yeah.
ironic how that there were 6 DVDs of Sesame Street that were released on October 30th of 2001, with some of them having the Sesame Workshop logo and others using the Children's Television Workshop logo from 1997 with the semicircle. DVDs like the Great Numbers Game and the Alphabet Jumble Game have the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo before the DVD menu. Some copies of the Kids' Favorite Songs 2 DVD also has the Children's Television Workshop logo before the DVD menu, while others have the Sesame Workshop logo on it.
I know.
And then of course, the DVDs of Kids' Favorite Songs and the Best of Elmo
Would have the Sesame
would have
Workshop.
the Sesame Workshop logo at the beginning.
I know what I can do.
And the first Elmo's World tape. The first Elmo's World DVD, Dancing, Music, and Books from 2001, also has the Sesame Workshop logo at the beginning as well.
And thanks for helping.
Very interesting, if you ask me.
Even though the VHS was released in February 2000 and had the Children's Television Workshop logo.
Here.
Excuse me, guys. I don't know what's I was just my tummy rumbling. I don't know why. I mean, it happens to everyone, so it doesn't matter.
And there might be another stream tomorrow, and this will be a collection video this time.
It could be on almost anything. I mean, I'm welcome to join still, right?
Well, the only DVDs in the collection that I currently have access to are some Warner Brothers DVDs, along with a few Thomas ones and along with some Thomas DVDs, Clifford DVDs, Arthur DVDs, and Sesame Street DVDs. Those are the only DVDs I have access with right now. Trust me, there are Dragon Tales DVDs there, but they're still in a box, so I can't really show them to you until they're out of a box.
Okay, well, yeah, I think I have to take my stuff outside Flick Live 2000 because my brother's coming home.
All right.
Yeah, see when I get outside.
I'll send them. I'll find some.
And for the release date of I think your idea is very cool, MRKP 2003, and also Kevin Gorman, the release date for the DVD for the 30 Years of Songs on Sesame Street DVD would be October 27th, 1998.
Before Halloween.
And also, this would also be the last time it uses the Calypso theme for Sesame Street in the album.
And before the playground opening for City.
Now, what do you find very interesting about the album in terms of the Sesame Street theme being used and the Elmo's World theme that is not used with the Calypso theme usually?
I don't know what's wrong. There must be, because I know what I can do. Text to speech voice.
All right, Kevin, I can send you the link to the 30 Years of Songs on Sesame Street version of the Elmo's World theme, and you can listen to it if you want. I'll send you a link.
I just did it already. I just did already for several weeks before. If not, I know text-to-speech voices, including Justin, Tom, and many others. Or Uber Duck. Is there an Uber Duck around here?
Well, I got an idea. It would be the first. I got an idea. That album with the Elmo's World footage theme being used would be called.
What is it?
It would be. It would be called
Either.
the. It would be called the Elmo's World album, and that would be released in 1999.
That's before, sort of like when Alec Baldwin is introduced to the storytelling.
And it would use the 2000 version of the footage theme, in case you wanted to know.
I just wanted to, because I know 1998 stuff.
All right, Flicka, here I am.
All right, here you go, Kevin. Here's the 30 years of songs on Sesame Street version of the Elmo's World theme. It's basically the season 1 intro, but with the sound effects removed. It's just the music.
Yeah, I've just seen well. I just did that all. I just heard already. I mean it. Is there?
Well,
I got an idea. Could you?
well,
Is there a Google Docs
there
account?
really isn't that much songs, but they would use audio versions of Elmo's World episodes on there, and they would be about music, about dancing, about
Company.
books, about food,
company.
and about transportation.
Is there a company for the 30 years of songs on Sesame Street?
And about water
distributed?
as well.
I have an excuse when things go wrong. 30 years of songs on Sesame Street is distributed by one company.
Okay, here I am.
And so well, I know it would be distributed by Sony Wonder, just like the other Sesame Street albums.
Radio. And the dialogue has to look just like the record. By the way, what's your email so I can get a hangout or chat, Google?
Well, it is if you it's my first and last name, no spaces. It's James Starbuck 927 at gmail.com.
Speak a little harder.
But I will not tell you the password for it because I'm not allowed to.
Because I have Google Chat.
I never used a thing as Google Chat, guys. But yeah, I have. Oh, sorry, Kevin. What were we saying?
I was in Google Chat.
Oh, I never heard of something like that before. Yeah. But also, mind if I ask you this quickly, Flickla 2000? What if they released another version of Thomas's Milkshake Bottle on DVD, but do actually show the new Hit Entertainment logo at both the beginning and the end?
Yeah, and maybe include a bonus episode of Thomas on there.
Well, or just something else from... Because you know how Fox is owned by Disney? Maybe add a bonus Bear in the Big Blue House episode, maybe?
Actually, you know what? Maybe.
Look at
Yeah. Well, they would add. They would actually add 2 episodes of 2 shows. One is Bear in the Big Blue House, and the other is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I would only watch Bear in the Big Blue House, not Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, because I don't... Well, okay, the first season's okay, but...
Don't worry, it is a season 1 episode of the show.
Okay, because, well, we don't even know what they are, but if Fox or Disney re-release Milkshake Model onto DVD again, because Fox is owned by Disney.
Look at this. I wrote
Yes.
Hi out there on Flickla 2000 is back again.
Yeah.
Please reply to me, Flicka.
And also, yeah, you should have seen this in my Q&A stream, Flicklova, about when I did this for one of my friends. When I did the impression from The Shape of Things to Come, when you know how yes, Finn kisses Cassie and Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon. Cassie does the opposite to Finn. She kisses him when she says, "Thank you, Finn. You're the best." Mwah!
I think your live on stage adult edition idea would be a great idea, MRKP 2003. It's a very great idea.
I know. A Gmail.
Well, there's actually one scene at the end where he's like, where Max is like, no, the big circle we're having for dinner, pizza.
Oh yeah, that one. But yes, of course. Like I'll do it again when Cassie kisses Finn. I don't feel mind if I do a kissing sound effect, Flicka.
I can do one.
Watch me.
Oh, you can? Oh my god. Well, at least people aren't watching what we're doing. Well, if we're doing our I'll just do it again. Thank you, Finn. You're the best. Mwah. Oh.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of in some of the Elmo's World sketches. After Elmo asks a baby, Elmo would be like, "Thank you, baby." Mwah!
Yeah, I think one example is like, oh, you know like how in Elmo's World, Dorothy wants to ask someone else. How do you do mail? Dorothy, this is how I get my mail. Yeah, I think the mail one's really cool of Elmo's World.
Yeah,
Dorothy, this is how I get my mail.
Here, do you mind if I tell you some of my favorite episodes? You know,
yeah,
my absolute favorite would be the food episode, but there are other episodes I like, especially those from the first season, like balls and hats and jackets and shoes and dancing, books, etc.
Oh yeah, and also like when Dorothy wants to ask someone else, how do you read a book? And then the kids come up and say, Dorothy, this is how I read my book. Hi, Dorothy. This is how I read my book. Oh, Kevin's coming back in. He left for a sec.
And I got myself an email for you.
Oh! We were just explaining how the segments in Elmo's World go. Like before Elmo asked the baby, like Elmo says Dorothy wants to ask someone else. Those are also my favorites. Like when real kids come in and say, Dorothy, this is how I do this. I'll say some of them I don't have to say them the same ones again. I'll just say different ones. Like say, Dorothy wants to ask someone else. How do you play with balls? Dorothy, this is how I play with my ball.
Well.
Or was your favorites like when Elmo, or was when Elmo asked?
The question actually is, how do you catch a ball? I think one of my other favorite episodes, besides the ones from season 1, are the ones where Michael Jeter plays Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle.
Yeah, before
like in the Babies episode, Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle, plays with Natasha, and then of course in episodes like Dogs, he walks a pretend dog.
Or a real life dog. I think it's in this. Like, and the dog runs away. Okay, I thought it was like a. Okay, I thought it was like a real life dog, like like ones you see in real life, like golden retrievers or beagles, or.
And then of course, in the Farms episode, at the end of the Mr. Noodle portion, he basically clucks like a chicken with all the other chickens.
Yeah, and also like does Elmo do the one, while Mr. Noodle's doing stuff at the farm, Elmo wants to show his own video. So Elmo made his own special farm video with his camera. Does he do it with his camera in the Farms one or no?
Yes, because the Farms episode is from season 2. By the way, in seasons 1 to 2, Elmo would show videos off with his video camera. But then in season 3 onward, they would be replaced with Elmo getting an email from his computer with the computer saying, Elmo has mail.
Yeah. So I think, like for the Farms one, Elmo will film a very special video with this camera. And what do we say for the Farms?
Oscar feeding his animals by Elmo.
Like, unlike the Pets one where Elmo went into Oscar's trash can. But I think in the Farms one,
it's a different... one, he actually did go into Oscar's trash can as well, I believe.
No, I think it was just the Pets one.
Well, I've watched the Farms episode before, and Elmo does come into Oscar's trash can, and the footage for that one. Pets is from season 3, so there is no camera in the Pets episode, but there is in the Farms one.
Well, okay, because I think it's a different one. So anyways, well, okay, but I know for, like, the, like, how about the one where, like, is Books from season 2 or no?
Books is from season 1.
Okay, so Elmo will show a very special Books video with this camera. The video is called...
And it's called Dorothy Reads a Book by Elmo.
Yeah, and also, like, turn yourself on TV.
Well, the way you can tell the difference between season 1 and season 2 is that season 1 has a much more rather pale design of Elmo's world. Not enough color, not enough saturation and stuff. While in season 2, it was more brightly colored. And they updated the design of Elmo's world in season 2.
Yeah.
Because they feel that the season 1 design was just too bland.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure in every season of Elmo's World, leading up to when the actor Ron Marshall passed away, they still do the TV portion.
Jerry Nelson took over as the voice of the TV announcer beginning in season 4.
So, like, I think he'd still say the same thing, the subject channel.
Yes.
Like, one example is, like...
fact, the first time Jerry Nelson did the channel portion was in the Wild Wild West special of Elmo's World.
Oh, he did? That's cool. Yeah, also when Elmo says, turn yourself on TV, the Books channel. And, reading has never been so much... Oh, yeah. I was just doing the...
I think one of the funniest channels of Elmo's World that I've ever seen is of course the dance one where the lady shows you, we're gonna do the hokey pokey before you could say okie dokie.
Yeah, and like also like when the TV channel thing is over, like they say, come next. What if they say after like when the subject channel's over?
They usually say coming up next on the whatever channel, and then they would say a parody of an actual show sometimes.
Okay.
Like for example, like
maybe like say the balls one, or maybe the.
For example, in the bath time episode.
Yeah.
During the bath time episode, there's like coming up next on the bath time channel, Bath Masterson starring Soapy Sales.
Yeah, and also like I did the other. Remember we did the also fan made Hey Arnold ones where I couldn't do the other portions of the Band Geeks episode, but I only did the one where Patrick said, "Whoever's the owner of a light sedan, you left your lights on." And like when he goes this, and he goes, "What?" Ooh, ah. That's so funny. And like, oh yeah, and also like when, like this is also the funny one. Well, maybe we wouldn't sound so bad if some people didn't try to play with big, mighty claws.
Or what about this scene from when Squirrel is like, "Where's your band?"
They couldn't come. They died.
That's pretty hilarious too, you know.
And who was that? That would be my band.
Squidward actually cries in one scene of the episode. He's like, "Well, you did it. You took my one chance of happiness and crushed it.
I've heard it
Crushed
before.
into little tiny
Already heard it.
bite-sized pieces. I really would have expected better of you. I guess I'm a loser for that too. Don't bother showing up tomorrow. I'll just tell them you all died in a marching accident. So thanks for nothing."
You're welcome. What kind of monsters are we? That poor creature came to us in as vile means, and we failed him. Squidward's always been there for us when it was convenient for him. Evelyn, when your little Jimmy was trapped in a fire, who rescued him? A fireman. And
Yeah.
Larry, when your heart came out for all those tanning pills, who revived you?
Some
Some
guy
guy
in
in
an
a-
ambulance.
Right. So if we could all just pretend that Squidward really was a fireman or some guy in an ambulance, that really means to be in a marching band.
And also,
Yeah, the fire. Yeah.
Also, Jeremy Barton. What year was it recorded? Was it like 2008 or 2009 when you recorded it? Because I know season 39 aired on PBS from 2008 to 2009.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
you're just-
I bet you, do you know this scene?
Yeah.
What happened? I don't know. I guess I became permanently
I know that from
normal.
Not Normal.
No!
Which season is from Not Normal from?
Season 6.
Also with the sister episode, yes, it's gone. Just simply titled Gone. Yes. By the way, yeah. And also, yes, I know from some portions, like, also, yes, like, you know how after the segment of Elmo's World's done on Sesame Street, they do the segments, yes, with Oscar reading Trash Gordon
Yeah, that
to Slime.
those segments were used from 2000.
I think it was 2004, I
It was
think.
2000. It was beginning with season 35 in 2004 until season 38.
So they stopped doing it around season 38, even when Abby Cadabby appeared.
Yeah, season.
Like,
39,
also-
the season with where Abby Cadabby first appeared is the last complete season about to use a Trash Gordon segment.
Yeah, like, you know how like when Oscar tells them, they say which chapter, and then Trash Gordon goes on this mission. Like, I'll just say one example, like, chapter 654. Trash Gordon was sent on a mission to grab a special present for a special someone from the planet of trash. On the trash planet, and it's like, and then Trash Gordon announces Sesame Street has been brought to you today by the.
Has been brought to you today by the letter H and by the number 4.
I think it was H and number 12, like in the 2002
H
program break.
Number 12.
And then he says, "Read more." No, Slimy.
No more Slimy. It's all for now.
That's all. It's time to go to sleep. And that's also sometimes when the friends say, "Please read more," they still say, "No, guys. That's all for now. It's time to go to sleep." You know, cannot get another. Yeah. What were you gonna say? I was gonna say, like, his Oscar's final announcement speech, he could never get himself tucked in. Now scram.
Did you know that? Did you know that? The beginning in late 2003 or 2004, they updated the animation style for the Elmo's World theme to make it more CGI animated, beginning with the special "The Street We Live On."
Oh, it did? Wow, I don't have that release yet. I want to get it though. The Street We Live On. Well, yes,
What are some your favorite montages of Elmo's World? I like the dancing montage. It's pretty cute, and I also like the books montage. I also like the babies one. That's pretty cute.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do this again because I've done it so much from Dragon Tales, Baby Troubles. Like, we've done it so many, so let's just find a different episode to do. Different impressions from, or just talk about what I think of the bad portion. Yeah, the bad portion of Bad Share Day made me so angry. Like, when I watched it on the Adventures in Dragonland DVD, I got so angry when Max and Emmy fighted over the keyboard, and I got so...
I could imagine Emmy's and Max's dad appears is like, Emmy, please share with your little brother Max.
He sometimes would say Max. Would he say Maxito or just Max? Because even though their dad speaks English.
Because I know the mom would say, try to find something else till it's your turn, Max. And then...
What about the dad saying, Emmy, please share with your brother Max?
I would have Emmy's dad say that after the mom says, try to find something else till it's your turn, Max. All right, let's try to see. Mom, Emmy isn't sharing the keyboard.
Well, find another toy to play with until it's your turn.
And then the dad comes in and says,
Emmy, share with your brother Max. You've been playing with it all day.
Yeah.
Or what was that? Were you doing Emmy's impression?
That was Max.
Like he would agree with his dad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and also like before, like what is it? Oh yeah, and also like in the episode.
I kind of like the sleep montage as well, and I also like the getting dressed montage and the bicycles montage.
Yeah, and also yes, in the episode of Dragon Tales, I'm gonna say this is from Remember the Pillow Fort, which I know when Emmy and Cassie argue for a little bit, saying that they're not wrong. It was just, I'm not wrong. Wait, why are we fighting? Let's go back and play hospital.
Do Max and Orb fight in this episode too?
Yes, when they keep yelling out, saying which one of their Pillow Forts is better. Like purple's cool, red is better. What are you yelling about? Max and I are having a fight. What about? Art thinks that his red fort is better than my purple fort. Max thinks that his purple fort is better than my red fort.
And also, I can imagine what it would be like if there was a Sesame Street episode where Elmo and Zoe were arguing over a pillow fort.
Oh my god.
He's like, no, this is Elmo's pillow fort.
Like, which colors would Elmo and Zoe choose?
I would have Elmo pick red and Zoe pick purple.
Elmo thinks that... Wait, Elmo picks red or purple?
Elmo thinks of red, Zoe thinks purple. Elmo thinks red is better!
No! I can't do Zoe's impressions. I'm terrible at them. I'm not good at them.
I did answer your question. I kind of like the sleep montage and the bicycles montage and the getting dressed montage.
Like I say, yes, I'm not... Yeah, you were saying yes, I'm not good at doing Zoe's impressions from Sesame Street. I'm terrible.
Elmo, purple is much better for me. Elmo doesn't care!
He thinks that red is better! Yep.
And then he's like, Gordon is like, all right, what's wrong?
Elmo thinks that Zoe thinks that purple is better than red!
Well, I have an idea that can make both of you happy.
What's that, Gordon?
How about we make a red and purple pillow fort mashed up together?
Yeah, even like in the Remember the Pillow Fort Dragon Tales version, Max thinks of a solution and helps him and Ord be friends again. But yeah, and of course, like, yes, and of course, like, oh yeah, whenever, yeah, I know, like, I liked how Finn did not cry in Cassie the Ground Dragon, only up to the very end, yes, he did, because he was starving. Like, even, like, yes, Cassie gets mad at him when he spoiled Circle Time, and he smushed her castle, and when all her friends were taking notice of Finn more than her when she was trying to jump rope. Yes, like, Finn did not...
What if there was a Christmas episode of Dragon Tales called Zack the Red-Nosed Dragon?
That is so... Like it's something Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, but it's just the red-nosed...
In this one, Wheezy makes fun of Zack for the red nose.
Oh my...
Zach is like, Wheezy, how could you do this to me? I'm your brother. You should never treat your brother like that.
I'm sorry, Zachy. I just didn't know. I just thought you looked cooler with the red nose instead of.
Well, it still wasn't nice of you to make fun of me.
Well, I promise, Zachy, I won't make fun of you because I know we have something important to do. But yeah, and of course, oh yeah, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Like, remember we did a fan made of Alec Baldwin's narration of.
That I do like I kind of like
Yep.
I also like the I also like the firefighters montage. That's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. See, I never wanted to be a firefighter yet.
They have montages in Elmo's world because they're trying to figure out what kids are doing with that particular thing. Like for example, in the food episode, there's like a girl eating spaghetti at the beginning, and in the babies episode, there are lots of babies playing. That's why they choose those footages.
Yeah, and also like when we did the if they made an Alec Baldwin version of Toby Feels Left Out. Remember when I did the versions of Alec Baldwin's narration? I was Toby and you were Sir Topham Hatt, and you did the one with him laughing because with Alec Baldwin's due to Alec Baldwin's fan made. Maybe I do it again.
Well,
I don't want to be put in a museum, Toby said sadly.
Toby, you may be old, but you are much too useful to be put in a museum.
I wanted to tell you to show some. That's what I was trying to tell you all day, Toby. Toby smiled. He felt very silly.
I can imagine what it would be like if there was like an Alec Baldwin version of Thomas. I can imagine what it would be like if there was an Alec Baldwin version of
one of the hit eras.
Plunge. You are a very disobedient engine.
You are a very Percy knew that voice. Please, sir.
Sir. Get me out, sir. I'm truly sorry, sir.
No, Percy. We cannot do that till high tide. I hope it will teach you to take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
It was dark when they brought floating cranes to rescue Percy. He was too cold and stiff.
I can do an impression of Henry for that Alec Baldwin version.
Well.
Well. Did you like the water?
No, I am surprised.
I am surprised. You need more determination, Percy. Water's nothing to an engine with determination, you know. Perhaps you'll like it better next time.
Percy is quite determined, but there won't be a next time.
Yeah,
and also, yes, what?
It would be like if there was an Alec Baldwin version of Gordon Takes a Dip. He's like, "Oh, get me out! Get me out!"
Not a hope's in his driver, fireman. You're stuck, you silly great engine. Don't you understand?
And for the, I can do an impression of like, "Oh dear, I shall never get out."
Oh, and also, what if there's an Alec Baldwin version of Thomas and the Statue? Because I remember, yes, I didn't like that episode back then, but now I do. What if there was an Alec Baldwin take of Thomas and the Statue, like, are you looking forward to seeing my statue?
Not at this moment, but these are the best reasons I could explain right now at this point. Anyway, what were you trying to say?
Oh yeah, what if there's an Alec Baldwin take of Thomas the Statue where I say, Thomas and the Statue. Winter was coming to the island of Sodor. Oh, of course, like when Thomas asks all the engines, are you looking forward to seeing my statue?
Yeah.
And Edward's Alec Baldwin.
Exactly what Elmo would be doing. He would be imagining those montages all along, even though the montages play off screen. So, yeah, anyway, next up. What were you trying to say again?
what if there was an Alec Baldwin version of Thomas and the Statue, the episode I didn't like back then, but now I do like it. But when Thomas asked Edward, "Are you looking forward to seeing my statue?" Thomas puffed to Edward. And Edward would say, "It might not be your statue." But Thomas wasn't listening. Next, Thomas puffed to Faithwaite Station. He had to collect a special podium for Sir Topham Hatt to stand on. "Look," Thomas cried to Emily, "Sir Topham Hatt will make a speech when they uncover my statue."
Well,
Then Emily would
let's say he is imagining off. Well, let's just say that Elmo has imagined off screen, and that's why the monsters were playing in the first place.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can imagine what it would be like if there was an Alec Baldwin version of Gordon Takes a Nap, especially when Alec Baldwin makes Gordon do like a crying noise when Gordon is in a ditch. It's like, "Oh dear, I shall never get out."
Yeah. And also like when, yes, Percy comes out. Yes, I can do the part when, yes, Percy gets mad at Thomas and tosses the statue. But with Alec Baldwin's fan-made dialogue when Thomas decided to talk to Percy about his statue again. "Please stop talking about the statue," Percy said to Thomas. Gasped. "No one wants to hear about it anymore. No one wants to talk to you anymore," said Percy crossly. "And neither do I."
What it'd be like if there was an extended scene where Gordon even agreed with what Percy was saying. It's like, that's right, Thomas. You are nothing but a show-off."
Well, even though Gordon was not even saying anything in the episode, he was completely silent, just like how, yes, I didn't like the part in Middle Engine, Gordon stayed silent, but we made a fan-made one of him laughing. But this one, like, yes, it's kind of different in a way. But almost like,
well, I
yeah,
hope they play sound effects in these montages just to imagine what the sound effects should actually be like to match the video footages of the sound effects, if you know what I mean. Anyway, next up, what were you trying to say?
Yes, you said something about additional scene with Al Gordon agreeing with Percy to tell Thomas to stop talking about his statue.
Like, that's right, I agree. Stop talking about the statue right now. You know who you are, Thomas? Nothing but a show-off.
"You're more of a show-off than Spencer."
You're even more of a show-off than James is.
Well, and also, yes, what if there was an Alec Baldwin version of Saving Edward, but with Sir Thomas not being so harsh on Thomas, but he says, "Thomas, this train is late," he said crossly, "and why are you pulling it? Where is Edward?" Thomas didn't want to get Edward.
I can imagine what it'd be like during the wrong sort of coal portion. Like, the wrong sort of coal? What nonsense, Thomas. I will find out what Edward has to say about this later.
Sir Topham Hatt was very cross. He gave Thomas another job to do.
I can imagine what it would be like if they made an Alec Baldwin version of. I know we imagined it, an Alec Baldwin version of Thomas's milkshake model.
Oh, how about Thomas's new trucks, where it basically goes, "Thomas, these trucks are too old for pulling coal." Sir
Thomas, these trucks are too old for pulling coal.
"And now you have caused confusion and delay."
You have caused confusion and delay.
"Sorry, sir." Hardly.
I can imagine what it'd be like if there was an Alec Baldwin version of Thomas in the new engine. And I can imagine
but it's like
Alec Baldwin's version of Neville, he'd be like, "Hello, I'm Neville."
It says, "Hello, I'm not talking to you." Neville couldn't believe what he had done. And then Emily, great wish of...
I would imagine what Alec Baldwin would say. I would have Alec Baldwin say, "Neville looked sad."
Neville looks sad. And it could do Ari and Bert's devious ones from season 5 again. They're devious, they're evil impressions from season 5 with Alec Baldwin's narration of Thomas the New Engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
And
not our fault. You're a
if there was
silly
an Alec
Steve.
Baldwin version of Edward the Great, I would have Gordon say, Spencer's just a big silver show-off.
Sniff Gordon, and everyone agreed. Sir Topham Hatt
Yeah,
spoke the engines. Spencer will take the Duke
Well, I don't know
Duchess.
how they would match them, but they would just somehow match them, MRKP 2003. I guess they were just trying to be creative in some way or some form.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And also, like, what if there's an Alec Baldwin version of Top Doc Thomas, where basically
I'm back.
Sir Topham would still go, Thomas, why were you going much fast? You know engines are supposed to go slowly through stations. Thomas felt terrible. I'm sorry, sir.
Back already.
Yeah. I was showing Flick an Alec Baldwin version of Top Doc Thomas from season 10, some people's least favorite episode. And, said Sir Topham Hatt, my hat has blown away. I must have my hat.
And my hat is blown away. I must have my hat.
I heard that.
Oh, you almost did like it was Sir Topham was going to cry, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then so Thomas felt even worse. I'll find your hat, sir, in time for your important tea party at the Scottish castle. And also, yes, what if Alec Baldwin did a great Rosie impression in Toss the Birthday Mail of season 10? Hello, Thomas, said Rosie brightly. What are you doing? It's Alice's birthday, Pup Thomas. I want to get all her presents up to High Farm in good time.
Dude, thanks for knowing me.
Well, I can imagine what it'd be like if there's an Alec Baldwin version of Thomas and the Stinky Cheese.
Oh, how would he do a good PU, Alec Baldwin? What a stank. What us? What us? You've seen Thomas the Stinky Cheese, right?
I've seen it on television on PBS a few times.
I never watched it on PBS Kids because I thought I was getting bored of Thomas by this point, but even though I liked if it was still model
I
series.
can imagine what Alec Baldwin's impression of Thomas would be like when he's feeling sad. Like, what am I going to do? He puffs sadly.
Thomas, there's another load of cheese waiting for you
Thanks
at the
for knowing me.
But you have
Thanks for
to
knowing
hurry. The boat is waiting.
Gotta go.
Okay, Kevin. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah.
What it would be like if they reused the silly Gordon cue from The Trouble with Mud when Thomas gets covered in a stinky cheese in the classic series version of it. The one that goes bum dum 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 dum.
What scene where they use that music at, despite its new series by Robert Hart?
When he's like, when Thomas is like, what am I going to do?
And of course, like, Alec Baldwin's Diesel, P.U. You're the most stinkiest steamy I've ever smelled. Also, like, I can do all the Diesel impressions, like, when Thomas explains to Sir Tom Hatt, it's all his fault. It didn't want Diesel to know about the photograph. He says, in the last one, he moved in from me. I can do all the ones from Ringo Starr to Michael Brandon and Toss the Billboard when Diesel's impressions. Let's start with Ringo Starr's Thomas saying I'm sorry, sir. It's all my fault. I didn't want Diesel to know about the billboard. In the last one, he moved in front of me on purpose.
And I can
when Diesel says, I did not.
The Carlin one, I'm sorry, sir. I just didn't want Diesel to know about the picture. In the last one, he moved right in front of me on purpose.
Well, how about the Ringo one? He goes, I did not. The photographer told me to move forward. And George Carlin goes, I did not. The photographer told me to move forward. And Alec
Baldwin one, I would be like, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't want Diesel to know about the picture.
So,
in the last one, he moved right in front of me on purpose.
I did not. The photographer told me to move forward. And then Michelangelo's... I can't do the Michelangelo's one. I'm so terrible at Michelangelo's impressions.
All right.
Well, actually, I can do the work print from Magic. Well, actually, before we get to that.
So
also, like, the
questions you want to ask MRKP 2003 before you go to bed. Anyway, next up.
In the Michael Brandon version, he says, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't want Diesel to know about the picture. In the last one, he moved in front of me on purpose. And then Diesel goes, I did not. The photographer told me to move forward. And then all the photographer impressions with all the narrators goes, I did. Perhaps you rolled too far.
I can imagine what would be like if they actually made a Ringo Starr version of The Trouble with Mud. Like,
One morning, Thomas.
Goodness gracious. You can't pull the train. Henry will have to do it. Gordon, you better get clean straight away.
Gordon was soon being washed.
Mind my eyes.
Then he pulled cars for the rest of the day.
Freight trains.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
also...
And you.
Cars will be cars, laughed James.
They won't with me. I will teach them.
Yeah, and also, like, there was a, what is it? I think I could just do one more Thomas thing, and we'll do a random impression from anything, because it's almost 11:30 in my area.
So, anyway,
Okay, how about we do one more Thomas thing, and I'll just guess any voice impression at 11:30, and we'll just quickly end the stream. So, one more Thomas thing I'm going to explain. What if there was an Alec Baldwin version of one of the season 12 episodes, one of the 20, and as long as it's not one of the 3 I hate.
Best friends.
Oh God, I don't like that episode. Just like the ending portions, I can't even stand them. Like, what is gonna even just finish already? Like, just try the Alec Baldwin. Well, there's a Tess Pierce Brosnan one. Sir Tom Hat was walking away to welcome the gospel.
Or what about? Well, are there any more few questions you want to ask MRKP 2003? Is what I was asking you. I was asking you, MRKP 2003, if you have a few more questions before you go to bed.
Okay, now I was going to say, since it's going to reach 11:30, how about we just do a random voice impression from anything in general?
Well, I can do one. I won an award!
Oh, big pink loser of SpongeBob. Patrick, please don't prop, but Patrick Star. Yeah, and also, like, oh, yeah, here's what I can actually do from... I'll just do from Dragon Tales, since it's anything random. I guess to wrap this up, well, actually not that one. I'm just going to do this one from... Good night, Good night, Wheezy. Good night, Cassie. Good night, Zach. Zach? And then he starts to sleep. Good night. Oh. And then
I don't know why they said Emmy and Max said I don't know why Emmy and Max did not say their go back home line in a quiet tone in the big sleepover. They should have done that.
How would it? They could have just said, I wish
to use this rhyme to go back home and tell them next time. They could have used that version from Baby Troubles first in the episode of the big sleepover and then used it again in Baby Troubles.
But if they used the normal version of Baby Troubles, they would have woken Kiki up.
They could have used both. They could have used the quiet version in the big sleepover and then reused the same quiet one in Baby Troubles as well.
Yeah, and also, oh yeah, I'll just do one more impression, and it's gonna be Dragon Tales. So the last one I'm gonna say before we wrap up the stream, and I'm gonna leave, and you can wrap up the stream to saying thanks for making me join. For the last one I'm gonna say is from the episode. Oh, how about this one where it goes? Oh, I broke your trumpet, Wheezy. I thought you would be mad at me, so I hid it. Then I tried to fix it, but that only made it worse. So then I asked Cass.
You should have just told me, Emmy. Then I would have made Cassie or Zach feel bad.
Sorry. And then both Zach and Cassie say, so that's okay, Wheezy.
Of course we do, Emmy.
Really? And then Cassie shakes her head like that. How about you, Wheezy?
Yeah.
And then they hug. Well, now what are we gonna do about Wheezy's trumpet? We gotta get the concert started.
I know just the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for the stream, Flick. I'm gonna go ahead and leave, and you can go and say.
I'm going to sign off here. So good.
Well,
Good
okay.
night, everybody.
Okay, I'll go.
Stream tomorrow.